hear all the time about becoming a data analyst is that it is a very low stress career. But is that actually true? In this video, I'll do my best to answer that question. Odds are, at some point in your life, you've worked an incredibly stressful job that made you hate your life. So if you're watching this video, you're probably wanting to know, is data analytics stressful and is it going to make you relive that past job? Well, you've come to the right place. To determine whether you specifically would find data analytics stressful, I'm going to break it down into two components. The analytical work itself, and then the social part of being a data analyst of working with stakeholders and bosses. Starting with the technical work, the things that you'll do often as a data analyst are write SQL code, work in spreadsheets, and build dashboards in either Tableau or Power BI. And all of these require working with numbers all of the time and doing a lot of thinking. So if you don't like either of those, this might not be the job for you. One thing that separates data analytics from many other types of jobs is you don't have somebody telling you exactly what to do. Instead, you'll be given some kind of vague project like build a dashboard that assesses regional performance, and then it's up to you to figure out the steps and complete it. I, for one, love this level of autonomy, but it's not for everyone. Finally, kind of building off the last one, you'll spend a lot of time solving complex problems and you may have no idea where to start. It's up to you to use your skills, Google, YouTube, AI, company documentation, or whatever to figure out these problems. There's going to be no one telling you exactly what to do. It's up to you to use your skills and research to figure that out. So if this kind of thing scares you, you may find data analytics stressful. For me, I find the work as a data analyst very non-stressful and often fun. That doesn't mean there may not be an occasional project that maybe I'm in a hurry to complete that gives me some stress, but there's literally no job out there where you're never going to have any stress at all. So as a whole, I would say data analytics, the work itself, is relatively low stress. Now that we've talked about the work itself, let's talk about working with bosses and stakeholders. In my opinion, this is where 90% of the stress that you might have as a data analyst comes from. Stakeholders usually are not bad to work with at all. Just like most people, they're often kind and very understanding of what you do. However, you may occasionally run into a stakeholder with realistic expectations, or maybe they want you to drop all of your other work to complete a task for them. So it's really important to learn how to manage stakeholder expectations well, and if it becomes a recurring problem, you can always talk about it with your boss. And that brings us to bosses. In my opinion, bosses are the difference between a great job and a terrible job. Pretty much every boss that I've had has either been good or great, but you also have to learn to deal with that boss's boss and then that boss's boss, which can add additional layers. The most stress that I've ever been as a data analyst has been when I was working with a boss's boss, and that boss did not understand data analytics whatsoever. They didn't respect what I did and the amount of work that it goes into writing code or building dashboards. So that, combined with a bunch of other issues with that boss's boss, led to an incredibly stressful few months and ultimately led to me quitting that job. With that being said though, a bad boss could obviously pop up in any kind of job. So if you're working as a data analyst and you have a bad boss, that's just a good sign that maybe you need to look elsewhere and go get another data analyst job. So now that we've talked about the technical and social parts of being a data analyst, here's my opinion. I think data analytics is a very low-stress career, especially when you're comparing it to many other types of jobs. Before I was a data analyst, I worked in a grocery store and I had to deal with things like rude customers and awkward situations that made that job way more stressful than most of my time as a data analyst. However, I'm sure there are a lot of people that would find being a data analyst more stressful than working in a grocery store, so it's important for you to do your research and find out what kind of job is best for you. And if you still want to become a data analyst after watching this video, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I post a brand new video every single week helping you become the best data analyst that you can be. And with that, I'll see you next week.